So as we all know that Russian military has begun a brutal assault on the people of Ukraine without a justification or necessity. In a statement, the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, says that he wants to demilitarize the Ukraine and they'll be only targeting so-called military areas of Ukraine. But I've been following up with various reports and I'm in touch with some of my friends in Ukraine and in Russia. And from all the conversations, all I can say is Russia wants Ukraine to give up. Russia wants Ukraine to plead for freedom. Russia wants to demilitarize Ukraine and Russia wants to take over the government of Ukraine. Russia wants to insert its own army in the area of Ukraine. There are videos coming up from all over the places of women crying, the children trying to look up for shelter. So the only question is, what was their fault? Ukraine is known for its medical colleges and universities. So what's the fault of the students who were studying there? I'm able to see so many buildings are getting shattered with the missiles and all sort of weapons and ammunitions that are being used by the Russians. What has the students got to do with all of these things? What have civilians got to do with all these things? And what is Russia even trying to prove with all this violence? Ukraine has been pleading from United States, from Europe and other NATO nations for help. But as a part of the NATO policies, only the nations which are part of NATO, they can be, supported by the troops of these nations. And currently Ukraine was not a part of NATO. But the only question is it important for Ukraine to be the part of NATO, or is it important that they are the human beings who need help? Before belonging to any country, any religion, any caste, any color, most importantly, every person is a human being. And we all must stand up and revolt against any such violent activities. I've already talked to some of my friends in Russia, and they themselves are not very happy with the decision of their own president. They mention Vladimir Putin is a crazy man. And who does this with their own neighboring countries? And in terms of politics, China is supporting Russia in this war. And this could have some long-term, disadvantages for other countries like USA, India. Friends, this definitely is not a very pleasing scene to talk about. But the only motive of this video is, let's raise our voices, let's get together and ask for justice for Ukrainians. The media of Russia is under the control of its president, Vladimir Putin. And they've been glorifying their such actions. And they're trying to justify that whatever they are doing is the right thing. How can even the media spread such kind of propaganda? That's the question. And friends, we should never forget that any such incident of peacekeeping with violence cannot be kept for a longer time. Britishers came to India. They tried to take a control of it for years together with violence. But that could not be forever. And one day, India got its independence. And this is the similarity between other colonial countries also. And even if Russia is able to invade and take over the Ukraine, the day will definitely arrive when all the Ukrainians will gather together and fight against such violent activities.